Episode 1. In an hour-long premiere, an increasingly unwell Kaguya Ubuyashiki is thrilled to learn that an upper rank has been slain for the first time in 100 years. Muzan calls upper-rank demons for a conference after Daki and Jotaro, upper-rank 6 holders, die. These upper ranks are hideous, from Gyako's infantile hands to Hantengu's despair-filled skeleton physique. The Kazuki's internal politics, especially Akaza's hatred of his superiors, are also revealed. Muzan insists they focus on killing the Ubuyashiki family and locating the blue spider lily after recent failures. In a dream, a demon slayer with Hanafuda earrings is served tea by an elder Tanjiro, complete with his black checkered kimono. Since the demon slayer has no successor, the man praises him for rescuing his family and pledges to maintain his name. Tanjiro wakes up from a 2-month coma, crying. Episode 2. Demon Slayer Season 3 Episode 2 Mist Hashira attacking Kotetsu. The youth denies Michiro's key request, saying he doesn't know how to use it. Tanjiro intervenes after the Hashira knocks out Kotetsu. The younger, slimmer Demon Slayer easily defeats Tanjiro, surprising him. Michiro wonders how a weak child might join the corps. A demon in Michiro's box takes over the Kotetsu and Tanjiro. Michiro chastises Kotetsu for his tardiness, declaring frankly that a demon slayer's time is more precious than a swordsmith's, displaying his distant, condescending demeanor. Tanjiro says swordsmiths make swordsmen. Before fainting, he advises Michiro. Boring speeches annoy Michiro. Tanjiro wakes up and asks about the man from his dream in Episode 1. Tanjiro is astonished to realize it was a mechanical doll, a fighting robot with 108 moves that can defeat humans. Kotetsu's 300-year-old doll, Yorichi Type 0, is based on a Sengoku-era samurai so swift that the doll needed 6 arms to match him. Tanjiro marvels at antique technology and wonders how he knows a 3-century-old warrior. Kotetsu signifies inherited memory. Michiro activated the doll with the key. Tanjiro admires Michiro's combat capabilities and Kotetsu's inability to fix the doll. Michiro's Kasugai Crow shrilly brags about her owner's heritage and achievements. Michiro severs the doll's arm. Tanjiro sniffs out Kotetsu after he flees. Kotetsu offers Tanjiro the training doll after a motivational speech. He selfishly wants Tanjiro to improve to embarrass Michiro. Kotetsu makes Tanjiro fight the doll for days without food or water. After a week of pain, Tanjiro learns to read opponents. Episode 3. In the 3rd episode of Demon Slayer Season 3, Tanjiro and Kotetsu are shocked to find a 300-year-old sword in Yorichi Type 0. Kotetsu suggests Tanjiro use the old weapon. Disappointingly, the blade is heavily corroded after unsheathing. As Haganazuka, now muscular, approaches through the woods, loud footsteps distract them. The mad smith demands and steals the sword. The boys fight Haganazuka's reward. Luckily, Kanamori tells the kids Haganazuka's ticklish side. Kanamori tells Haganazuka that the smith had been practicing alone to make Tanjiro an indestructible sword. Haganazuka only wanted to clean the weapon. Kotetsu criticizes the elder smith's poor communication skills, saying he could have avoided this. Haganazuka gives Tanjiro a sword before leaving. Tanjiro informs the hamlet that Haganazuka's polishing has killed people from exhaustion. Genya ignores the boys' chats. Another swordsmith finds an elaborate vase on his way home. Upper rank 5 demon Gyako eats and spits the unfortunate guy. Michiro wakes Tanjiro to find Kanamori. Tanjiro's selflessness puzzles Michiro. Tanjiro's statement surprises Mist Hashira. Hantengu appears. Hantengu dodges Michiro's fast attack. Demon form Tanjiro and Nezuko decapitate. Hantengu survives beheadings. Hantengu splits into 2 demons, Sekido and Karaku, by growing a new head and body. Sekido's aerokinesis blows Michiro away, while the Kakura staff lightning strikes Tanjiro. Genya shoots demons. Devils reproduce 4 times. Tanjiro is lifted and shot by a monster. Another demon stabs Genya. After seeing a giant koi-like monster attack a young swordsmith, Michiro resumes combat. Tanjiro's words sway Michiro. Hashira cuts the demon's arm to save the child. Episode 4. Takito saves Kotetsu when one of Gyako's blood demon art creations is about to consume him, even though he was going to overlook him to save others. When he slays the demon and walks away, Kotetsu begs him to save Haganazuka, who's still working on the sword and can't stop, making him vulnerable. Takedo accepts, carrying Kotetsu to the swordsmith with him. Karaku grabs Nezuko and asks Sekido to electrocute her after he plunges his leg through her torso. Nezuko fights back and nearly detaches his head before burning him with her blood demon art. Tanjiro arrives and frees her with Yurogi's claw after Sekido pins her down and incapacitates her with his electric shock. Genya battles Izetsu while praising Tanjiro's wit. Karaku's wind attack knocks Tanjiro and Nezuko inside the structure and onto the ruins. Izetsu, the clone, is confused when his spear becomes caught within Genya, who prays. Izetsu's negligence angers clone Sekido, who has Genya's head cut off. Genya gets up and attacks. Episode 5. Takedo saves Kozo while carrying Kotetsu, then takes his new sword to save Haganezuka and the village chief. However, Gyako emerges from his porcelain vase outside the shed where his new sword is kept and performs bizarre antics that Takedo has no time for. Takedo saves the swordsmiths from Gyako's needle strike, but he gets caught in one of the demon's water attacks. Gyako's blood demon art fishes wreck the village. Mitsuri quickly defeats the demons, even the bigger one that nearly killed the village chief. After the clone's strike, she rescues him with her whip sword. He obtains an inherited memory before using this new brilliant red blade to behead Sekido, Karaku, and Yurogi before they can act. Unless all 4 clones are beheaded, they will not die. Tanjiro turns to watch Genya beheading Izetsu while contemplating that. However, Tanjiro is horrified to see a demon-like face when he looks at him. Episode 6. Genya's demonic look frightens Tanjiro, but removing all the Hantengu clones' heads won't kill them. Tanjiro believes a 5th demon controls all 4 demons because they regenerate slowly this time. He rescues Nezuko while Sekido regenerates. Genya chokes Tanjiro and accuses him of trying to become a Hashira before him. Tanjiro's purity and honesty help Genya escape his demons. Tanjiro then directs him to Hantengu's main body. Genya recalls his tragic past and unfulfilled quest as Sekido prepares to impale him. Sanemi kills her demon victim mother in a flashback. Genya regrets calling Sanemi a murderer and wants to become a Hashira. Tanjiro saves Genya. Izetsu attacks from behind, but Genya accepts his multi-spear strike and gets punctured by massive holes. Before Tanjiro can attack Hantengu, the credits roll. Episode 7. Tanjiro attacks Hantengu's throat, but the tiny demon resists until Nezuko's blood-given powers run out. He senses an ominous presence behind him that he knows isn't one of the demons he fought. Hatred is the new Hantengu clone, created after anger sucked in the other 3 demons. It's a problem because it's 4 Hantengu clones. He's also devilish in his worldview and twisted ideas and so strong that a mere gaze from him freezes Tanjiro and Genya, who can't believe the demon's might. The demon utilizes wooden snakes and locks up small Hantengu in a wooden case while ranting about Tanjiro and others preying on the weak. Tanjiro eventually speaks, calling the monster cruel and terrible, inciting the villain to attack. Michiro, obliviously submerged in Gyako's water vase, loses oxygen. Gyako enters the workshop and finds Haganezuka focused on a sword. Gyako slashes Haganezuka when his words fail to divert him, but the swordsmith keeps working. Michiro spends his last attack to escape and loses hope, hoping more Hashiras will aid. However, Tanjiro appears in front of him and encourages him, which he claims he never heard before. Kotetsu arrives and tries to rescue Michiro with his knife, but Gyako's creation attacks him. He breathes into the water vase to let Michiro breathe. Hashira understands that Tanjiro's statements were from his father before this. Episode 8. After escaping the water jail pot, he remembers his background. He helped his lumberjack father cut wood. His father died while harvesting herbs one stormy night, and later on his mother died. Michiro lived with his twin, Yuichiro, who hates him for being optimistic like his parents, who always put others first. Michiro loves helping others and slashing demons, but Yuichiro gets frustrated and lashes out at his brother for being so naive and cheerful, reminding him of his parents, who he tried to save but died because of their selflessness. Yuichiro saves Michiro after a demon rips off his arm one summer night. While killing the beast, Michiro's rage blocks everything. Yuichiro praises and prays for his sibling. Michiro got Tanjiro's scar. He saves Kotetsu, cuts Gyako, and slices the upper moon monster with Kanamori's new sword. Episode 8 ends before the final battle. Episode 9. Takedo fights Gyako, who still wants to be an artisan and is a huge annoyance. Muchiro ignores his tricks. He humiliates Gyako. Gyako unleashes his blood demon art as the demon slayer labels his vases ugly and trash. Muchiro easily defeats his opponent. Later, he defeats Gyako with spectacular maneuvers. Takedo fights the monster with unnatural energy after disrespecting Gyako and his creations. Takedo kills others and Gyako before succumbing to his wounds and foaming from his mouth. Before killing him, Takedo recalls how Lady Amain helped him recuperate after his brother's death before he forgot and started training like a beast. Today, Tanjiro's group and Hantengu are fighting worse. Tanjiro is surrounded by wooden dragons, which gash his foot, blast his eardrums, and make him dread the combat. Love Hashira Kanroji saves Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Genya when the wooden dragons nearly crush them.